Hello and welcome back. My name is Erin Ferguson, and this is my video series about creating the art for a 2D video game. I have to apologize for being MIA the last few weeks because, as I mentioned in one of my past videos, I was having a lot of trouble with my video editing software, and it kind of was going haywire on me, and I fought it for a couple of weeks and then finally just sort of got sick of it and threw in the towel. Unfortunately, so I uninstalled the old software, and unfortunately a lot of the video footage I had of, a lot of the drawing footage I had of drawing various assets and stuff does not work anymore because it was created with that software and is a very specific file format. And anyway, so I had a bunch of footage of a bunch of things I've drawn that I have now lost. But that won't stop me from showing you the finished product. So I have a new video editing software. I have no idea how to use it yet. I have watched one tutorial video, but I haven't actually tested it out. So we'll see how this goes. But I still wanted to show you what I've been working on. So it's been a few videos ago now, but you may remember that I made a bunch of armor and a couple of weapons for your peasants to wear and to use in our game. But of course, the whole reason you need weapons and armor is because you have to defend all of your stuff. So the other thing I had to draw, which I've got pulled up right here, are clothes for bandits. So groups of bandits can occasionally attack your kingdom, and they will try and target storage areas with a lot of stuff in them. So they'll try and find the storage area that has the most valuables stored in it, and they will target that. And so I had to come up with some clothes for our bandits to wear. So I decided to go with the sort of Robin Hood-esque look for our bandits. I gave them these hoods and like some, like a bandana or something that sort of wraps around their faces to make them look, you know, sort of mysterious, I guess. I've got here, I mean, they're basically the same, but I've got a male and female version here. The male's is just slightly larger, really. But they've got, you know, their cloaks, and of course they wear all dark colors, and they've got these fingerless gloves. Of course, this is a time that you don't have to worry about somebody fingerprinting you, so their gloves do not cover their fingers. Also, it looked way more, I don't know, medieval that way. The other fun thing I got to make, and actually maybe one of my favorite things I've made so far, are bones. So you can fight the bandits, and the bandits can die, but so can your peasants. And so we needed something very obvious to signify that somebody has died, and so we have a bunch of bones here, so that as soon as somebody dies, they turn into a pile of bones and it just sort of collapses on the floor. And just as fun was this little ghost here, so as soon as somebody dies, the little ghost, you know, drifts off of the screen. So those are a few of the things I've been working on for the sort of like raiding aspect of our game. But even better, I am now going to get to show you what that looks like actually in-game. So hang tight, I'm going to pull up Unity here and show you what it actually looks like when you have bandits attack. Oh, and here's a fun fact too. In the last few weeks that we've been working on our game, the playable map area has like literally doubled in size. So I'm super excited about that. I should be able to do like an official tour here pretty soon. Okay, so here we are back in our familiar kingdom. You all are probably familiar with the routine by now if you've been watching, you know, this channel for very long, but all of the peasants are waking up in the morning. I have many of them. Look at them all, here they come. They're all swarming in, ready for breakfast, basically. I will show you here. Let me pull up my menu, and you can see just how many peasants I have. Let's see, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I have 30 peasants exactly. And one guy I want to highlight in particular. So this guy here, he's actually assigned to patrol my kingdom and to look for bandits and other unwanted activities. So let me show you what his route looks like here. So I have him basically on shed patrol. Because the sheds contain all of our, you know, valuables, basically, that's the place that bandits would be most inclined to attack. So I'm going to open that up here so you can just see what it looks like. So basically, I've drawn this ring around this area where we've got a lot of things stored. So he walks from one point to the next point all day long. So here are my two sheds here, and I've also got the larder here, and all of these things have quite a bit of stuff stored in them, and so I really don't want bandits to attack and take any of that stuff. And I include the castle in his loop, even though there's nothing stored there. I feel like because bandits are very likely to attack right here from this open road, I wanted him to make a big circle here. So that's his job, is to circle this just continuously and make sure no bandits show up. You'll also notice that many of my peasants have weapons and armor assigned to them. So if I open up like this guy here, he has the equipment he has assigned to him is a helmet and like this crusty old breastplate and this rusty sword. So if you want your peasants to actually defend your kingdom, they need to have some equipment assigned to them. Otherwise, when bandits come, they're just going to run for their lives. If they don't have any way to defend themselves, they're just going to run, and the bandits can pretty much come in and do whatever they want. But if they do have some equipment assigned to them, especially like weapons, then they will jump in and join the fight. So I am going to go ahead and basically cheat here. Bandits should attack at random points. You never know when they're going to come. And so instead of just waiting here until we experience an attack, I'm going to force it. So I'm just going to open up our cheat menu here that we use to test things. And I'm just going to force a bandit attack. And any second now, they should be coming up this road. And hopefully my peasants will spring into action and or run away. Oh, there's our first one. Here they come. You notice they're wearing the clothes that I made for them. Looking fabulous, guys. Alright, my peasants, those who are assigned weapons, are springing into action here. And as you can see, they're having... Oh, somebody died. Hopefully that was a bandit, not one of my peasants. Because like I said, your peasants can die. Look at all their little bones collapsing. Isn't that adorable? And I'm just standing here like a jerk. I could actually join the fight and pull out a sword and actually help them, but... I'm queen, and so I'm just gonna watch them do their thing. Oh, we got one more left. Come on, guys, get him. Get him. There we go. One more. Yeah, good job. So as soon as their work is done, they're all gonna scatter, go back to work. And as you can see, we're left here with a pile of human skulls, which will later sort of serve a purpose, but right now I just gotta kind of get them off the ground. So I'm gonna pick up this big pile of skulls. I have 15 in my inventory. Don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I also think it's kind of fun to just make sort of a morbid shrine. And so occasionally after bandit attacks, I just bring my big pile of skulls over here and just kind of leave them. Leave them as a message to would-be attackers that we are not to be trifled with. There we go. So if we go up here, you can see this guy here who's carrying the sword, and he's got this spiky black hair and that big scowly face. He's my peasant who's on patrol right now. So if we just follow him around, you'll see that he stops at each of those points just to make sure everything is safe. Because of course in actual gameplay, you won't be able to anticipate when bandits are going to attack. They'll just show up whenever they darn well please, and hopefully you're ready for them. The other thing I wanted to show you in regards to the bandit aspect of our game is this right here. So this might not look like much, but this is building damage. So the bandits can not only attack and kill your peasants and, steal your stuff, but they can also do damage to your buildings as well. And so basically I made this set of overlays. Rather than having to revise all of the different building sprites and have to make different versions of them with different levels of damage, instead, what we did is just created all these overlays. So we've got some burned sort of looking overlays, some rubble, cracks and holes, and as damage is done to the buildings, these appear on top of them. And so you can kind of see how damaged the building is. Once the building gets too damaged, it will explode into a bunch of building parts. So this was another kind of fun thing to draw. It's just a bunch of rubble and brick and wood, but it makes for a very satisfying explosion. So let me show you in-game what that actually looks like. So what I can do is give my little queen here a sword, and I can start just hacking away at these buildings. And you see every time I hack at it, a new crack appears. There's a little bit of burned stuff, a little bit of a hole there, we're getting more damage, some rubble. Keep hacking, more rubble, more damage, and boom! Eventually it just explodes into a pile of parts. And occasionally it just feels super good to just destroy things, but I usually don't save because then I'm upset that I destroyed so much of my own progress. But basically this is, in a nutshell, what you would see if a bandit came and actually started attacking your little kingdom here. And that is it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience while I got this video uploaded and while I struggle with my new software. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas or whatever it is you do or do not celebrate this week. I will try and get another video up in a timely manner. No promises. It is Christmas this week, like I said. and I will be working on getting more of a backlog of drawing footage since I lost so much of what I had. But thank you again, I hope that you've enjoyed this video and will join me for the next one. See you later.